the Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I am Isaac, and my co-host in Pennsylvania, what is your name?
My name is Much Happier Than Last Week, but you can call me Larry. It's an anagram. Large, angry, robotic, railing, youthfully. So how are you, Isaac?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm not a robot, but I think that's a good thing. I'm going to try to maintain that as I go.
It's a pretty easy thing to maintain, honestly. You kind of have to be... It's like being a king. You have to be born into it.
The only way to escape death would be to become a robot. So, in all honesty, I'm the opposite of that. I welcome the robot overlords.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
This is the Bowels of Netflix. To give you a quick idea of what we're doing here, we are sadomasochist lovers. So, I'm going to find the worst movie I possibly can on Netflix and make Larry watch it, and this week, that's what Larry's done for me.
Oh, yes. I've given it to you. I've given it to you, indeed.
Yes, it hard. Oh, man, that's what you sound like when
you thought you could Wayans me.
Yeah. This is pretty rough. And this one's frustrating, because it could have been really good. And it has a couple moments.
Now, let me slow you down there, Pilgrim. It could have been really good?
Yeah, there's enough stuff that if they didn't fuck it up, could have been... You could, if you were a good writer, if you were an outstanding writer, you could pull a good movie out of this.
Well, Isaac, I don't want to say the future, but... For those of you who may have listened last week I reviewed the movie White Chicks. I did a lot of screaming at the Wayans. Now this week Isaac is going to be reviewing his little slice of Wayan culture. This is not a Wayans podcast. I feel like it's important to state now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, we're indeed the Bowels of Netflix. And you can find us and then I do like a cool wrestling pose where I'm pointing at Isaac with both my fingers and maybe my dick.
Ooh, you can find us at Facebook and Twitter at Bowels of Netflix, or whatever. I don't know. You know how to do that better than I do, probably. If you want to talk to us, you could email us at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. That's bowels, not bowls. Don't fuck it up.
Seriously.
Time permitting, we might send you a cheeky reply. If we like you enough, we might read your email on the air, which would be pretty saucy.
Air. It's like Howard Stern, but people listen to it.
Tens of people could listen to you. I'm
going to count people listening to us right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's more than 5.
It's amazing how you're able to do that in real time on a podcast. Whatever technology you have must be great.
I'm going to be honest with you. I counted everybody twice.
Oh, shit.
That's not a punchline. What the fat fucking... God, this is why you're alone. Come here, dog. Oh, he actually came closer.
Oh, he loves Daddy.
And I want to, for those of you who may have listened last week, I want to make a slight, I was informed by a sharp-eared listener that I made a bit of an error in the one part. I believe I attributed the hit song Crazy in Love, which, love got me talking so crazy right now, your love got me talking so crazy right now. I believe I attributed that to Rihanna, and that is in fact Beyonce. So I want to apologize to Miss Say. Her name is like Beyonce, right? That's the first name, last name.
Yep. That's how I do it.
So Miss Say, mad props. I want to just apologize that I confused you with one of the women I'm most attracted to. So I guess it's a kind of a compliment in a way, because I'm super attracted to Rihanna.
Now, Larry, Beyonce is married, so now her full name is Beyonce Z.
That's a Dragon Ball Z joke. You won't get it, but a lot of people will.
Oh, yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so...
Next time on Beyonce Z.
Let's get into this. This movie.
Yes, your turn, you fucking piece of shit.
Now, the title is so long, it didn't show up completely on Netflix. It doesn't show up completely anywhere until you zoom into it. It was actually a marketing ploy during one of their commercials, previews for it, Where, the movie guy was like, the only movie this summer that has 14 words in the title. So, that just gives you a taste of where we're coming from. The title is Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. You need me to repeat that one, Larry. You got it?
I'm writing it down, but I need a second piece of paper. No, just when I saw this on Netflix, which is where we get our movies, believe it or fucking not, you puke. I thought the movie was just called Don't Be a Menace. I thought it was in South Central because that's what a fucking competent person would think. Because South Central is ostensibly a place, not a thing. But in fact, boy, was I wrong. 14 words, huh?
Yep. Okay, and go ahead, Larry.
No, go on. I had nothing.
Okay, so I got to preface this movie with a couple of facts here. Larry, what color am I?
You are a white gentleman.
Yes, and how long have I been white?
Well, let's see. You're 30. Are you 30? Are you 30 or 31?
29, actually.
You're 29? Fucking A. Damn, I knew that ass was still tender.
Oh,
You've been white for 29 out of 29 years.
Yep, the whole time.
Although, in fairness, I didn't know you for all 29. So I'm going to go out on a limb and assume you're white for the parts I didn't know you during.
I have photographic evidence. I've been white for the long haul. So,
Photoshop.
My perspective of this movie might not be super good, or the intended audience, as it were. Mm-hmm. And a big part of that especially is because, and the reason the title is the way it is, this is a parody of, like, coming up in the hood films that were really popular in the time. South Central, I think, is one of them is called, and Boys in the Hood, and apparently there's one that involves juice. I don't really know. So I guess if you've seen all those movies, which I will not take the time to do, because I would die, probably, there probably are a lot of clever jokes that go over my head. I'll throw that out there, but this is still a terrible movie. Yikes.
Yeah, and in case you can't figure it out, the guy named Larry is also a white gentleman, so I can't provide any contrasting
yes,
information.
We're diverse. We are the cis, male, straight... Wait, is that cis? Yeah. I don't know, man. We're the worst. We're the enemy.
We really
are. The bad guy.
We're the enemy of progress, and I'm sorry. I want to take the chance. I apologize to Miss Beyonce. I want to take the chance to apologize to all people everywhere, because it really, the motto is, it's our fault.
Exactly. We're sorry for all the deeds of our forefathers.
I'm not sorry to the Wayans, though. Y'all can fuck off.
Yeah, the Wayans. I don't know. Okay, so we get the opening credits.
Okay, I just have one question before you start that.
Yes.
And then I swear to God, I'll shut up. And I don't know if you know this offhand, but now, since we're both doing movies by the same group of, I assume they're family, or are they just a bunch of friends with the same last name? Where in their filmography, is this their first film?
Oh,
do you know?
Right. I should go over a couple of deets on the film.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's their first movie, but it is from 1996, so it's definitely early in their career.
Yeah.
And White Chicks, which is the movie Larry reviewed last week, was made in 2004. So there's a bit of a difference
that
between
on the website. 2000. Yeah. So what's that? 6 years? Yeah, 6 years.
8
so
years.
yeah.
Math.
No, 2004 to what year did it come out?
96.
Fuck you.
4 plus 4. Common Core. Come on.
God damn it! I'm gonna go be a menace in South Central after this.
Make sure to drink your juice.
Well, what if I'm not in the hood?
So this movie is not particularly good. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes reviews, it got a 32% from the critics. So that's pretty low. Not quite as bad as White Chicks.
Twice as good as White Chicks.
IMDb, however, which is user-generated reviews, gave it a 6.6, which is I like a lot of movies that get scores in that range.
Yeah, that's close to a passing grade.
Yeah,
that's a passing grade in some parts of the country.
Yes, it is. You could graduate high school on this movie.
So let's let that one stew.
The budget for the movie was $3.8 million, and it made some money. It grossed $20 million in the U.S. So, it's profitable. It was successful. Not the summer blockbuster, but people watched it. So, yeah, let's get into it. The opening credits have the epitome of just 90s. It's just the super rap song, my name's Shaggy D, and I'm here to say... I guess it's probably a little later. That was more late 80s. But it's just 90s rap, the kind of thing you think of. And the lame text graphics that just scream 90s.
I just want to point out, and again, that I promise I'll shut up, you, Shaggy D, you really got close to a Juggalo name there, man.
Oh, right. What's his name?
Shaggy J.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Maybe I'm secretly a Juggalo and I just haven't found out yet.
Is it Shaggy J?
I don't know, actually.
I think it's Shaggy J. Okay, yeah.
You would know.
No. It's Shaggy Too Dope? I don't know. Okay, I'm not a Juggalo. It's a thing. I promise I'll explain it in episode.
Shaggy Too Dope. That's what it is.
I'll explain it in episode. Spin the wheel episodes. I'll explain it in episode 11.
All right.
There you go. You get a promise of 11 episodes. Fuck it.
Okay, and the title of the movie, of course, barely fits onto the screen, and some of the letters have to be scrunched super tiny to make it fit.
I haven't seen it, but I'm seeing it in my head right now.
You're seeing it. You have an accurate picture.
It's not hard to imagine.
Okay, so we get a graphic on the screen after the credits. It says, 1 out of every 10 black males will be forced to sit through at least one Growing Up in the Hood movie in their lifetime. And at least 1 out of 5 will be shot in the theater while watching the movie. So, yes,
this was directed by a black gentleman, I assume? Or are we going to get into an uncomfortable conversation?
Yes, the Wayans are black.
Okay. Yes. All right. God damn it. What have we done?
Yeah.
Why did we pick these movies to start?
Okay, so we really get into the meat. We see a young black man standing in the middle of the street talking to the camera, and he's telling it how it really is in the hood, how it's, what it's like to grow up in the hood. Another young black man comes up and shoots him immediately. And then he looks into the camera and says, "Nah, dog, this is really how it is in the hood. Most of us won't survive till our 21st birthday." Then his friend walks into frame with a birthday cake with lit candles that say 21. Now, guess what happens, Larry?
He finds a wife, he settles down in the country, possibly a cottage, I'm thinking like something Victorian era, and he has several children, they grow up and they go to school, and eventually he has a heart attack and dies quietly in his study over a snifter of stiff brandy, and near the loving arms of his beloved wife.
Larry, you fucking knob. He gets shot. He gets shot immediately because it's the hood.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. Oh, you almost had it. Mm-hmm. So a hysterical woman runs up to the corpse screaming, my baby, Lord, don't take my baby. Then she grabs her breasts with both her hands and says, I fed you with these. Wait.
All right. That's technically correct. So
yeah, just setting the tone early.
Points for accuracy.
Yes, it's very accurate to how she says it. Yes, just going for accuracy there. She takes a closer look at the corpse and then says, "Oh, that ain't my baby. Ain't that some shit?" And then gets up and walks away.
Okay, the accuracy already gone. So
the camera pans up to reveal dozens of people milling around the street and riding bikes as if nothing ever happened, because it's just that hard in the hood.
It's the hood.
So, yeah, that's what it's about. All right, so normally, like you did in your review of Hot Chicks, you don't want to know anyone's name.
Not
so
generally.
you come up with stupid, just call them white chicks over and over again because it's easier. The names in this movie are so stupid, I cannot not mention them, so I'll be using them.
Okay. And you've come up with some good ones over the years in our private movie watching experiences.
So our hero, Ashtray.
His name's not Ashtray.
His name's Ashtray. Yeah.
Okay.
He does a voiceover saying how he's really going to tell you how it is in the hood. We see him and his mama in the car. She says that as a young black man, if he wants a future, he has to get an education, cue some cheesy music, and a preposterous amount of leaves falling around the car. Like, there's a stagehand on a ladder with a giant Rubbermaid bucket full of leaves, just fucking shaking it like his life depended on it. Like, my kids are getting to college because of these leaves. It's ridiculous looking.
He went to cinema leaf school for 4 years. He worked.
Semester.
He delivered pizza on the side. His girlfriend stripped to help put him through leaf school.
Leaf school. Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing. So a shit ton of leaves.
Yeah, lots of leaves. So Ashtray has a conversation with his mom. They have a heart-to-heart. She says there's no room for a positive female figure in a movie like this, so he has to go live with his papa.
Okay, can I stop you for a second and ask a question?
Sure.
Is that your interpretation, or does she say this? Does she quote it as a movie?
Oh no, she says that.
Okay, so we're gonna just be breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, a little
constantly.
fourth wall breakage right there.
All right.
So Ashtray opens the car door, and immediately a guy.
His name's Ashtray. I already forgot. It's funny to me again.
He opens a car door, and a guy riding a bike just crashes into it and goes flying and screams. And that's it. Because just random slapstick where there's no poetic consequences for a character we know and care about is funny.
It's hard in the hood. N-word.
Maybe it's different in the hood. I would not know. So Ashtray has to go live with his papa.
This is the story all about how my life got flipped. Wait, when did French Prince come out? Did one steal from the other? Because now that I think about it, this is actually pretty close. Okay, carry on. Sure, the Wayans are.
It might be spoofing on a little bit too. It was of the.
Oh,
time.
it's right. It's all spoof based. Gross. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
He gets to Papa's house, and the joke is that Papa is younger than his son. Because teenage pregnancy, am I right? Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Sure, you drop that in there. Haha, funny, low-hanging joke, maybe. But this goddamn movie beats things over the head with a hammer. It's hammer time. Stop! Hammer time! Oh.
So they do a hammer time dance?
Hammer time.
So, as we broke the news last week, the Wayans love hammer time. They will find any excuse to do hammer time.
Oh yeah, they don't use the song here, but they do use it later. But they might as well use it here.
So is Ashtray a Wayan?
Yes, he is. I think Sean Wayans.
I don't know which one that is.
He's the less weird looking one.
Okay, I think that makes him Wayan 1, White Chick 1 from White Chicks, I think. But now I'm going to get the weird looking people after me. Oh, God, now they're really coming after me. Oh, God, now the Christians are after me. Ah, shit. Oh, no, the mothers... Oh, I'm sorry.
You fucked it up, Larry. Okay, so they hammer this joke so far into the ground, it might as well be licking my grandfather's asshole.
Oh!
Too soon?
Yay.
But, okay, so Papa's like walking Ashtray around the house saying, you'll have to do chores like organizing my Matchbox cars and doing my homework for me, and like 18 other jokes about, I'm younger than you, I'm a child, and also your dad, because teenage pregnancy. So Papa gives Ashtray a haircut, during which Ashtray describes a time he acquired some booty. We cut to a flashback of him tongue-fighting a chick. It's really awkward, and they go upstairs. She starts riding him. Then Grandma comes back home. She opens up the front door. She starts sniffing. She can smell the sex in the air, Larry. Ugh.
Is that how you do it?
Oh, yeah, well, you can smell sex. That's definitely a thing. But not from downstairs. So she sniffs it right up the stairs.
Yeah, the wrong kind of sex, my friend.
She's like a bloodhound on the trail of a fox. Okay, so what do you think she does when she opens the door?
Oh, God, don't say she joins. Please don't. I'm going to say she joins because that's what my first thought was.
She kicks the door open, and she's in a leather dominatrix outfit with a mask and a riding crop, screaming, "It's time for me to get mine!"
Okay. Is Granny one of the Wayans?
No, it's an actual old woman.
So, okay, it's not like when I don't have a Dr. Dolittle situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now, but we don't really see anything else. She just bursts in, and then we cut away. So,
yeah, because we really wanted to follow that fucking scene to its logical conclusion.
Well, if they had followed that scene out, that would not have been the worst sex scene in the movie.
Oh, God. It gets worse?
Yeah. Oh, golly. Oh, boy. No. I'm so excited. So Ashtray goes to his cousin Lok Dog's house.
Lok Dog. All right.
Lok Dog. Yeah.
I'm on board.
I'm pretty sure it's Lok Dog, because that's what people say most of the time, but at least once, if not twice, they say Lok Dog. So I don't think there's a lot of consistency on the set.
Yeah,
Just
shocker.
saying. No, okay, so we're at Lok Dog's house. Guess what time it is, Larry?
Miller time? No, it was too early for that. I don't know.
It is hammer time. Stop. Hammer time.
So does the whole cast break into hammer time?
No, they don't actually play it. It's just the only way I can cope with how badly they hammer these jokes in. And this is what I was saying. Some of these jokes could have been fine. Like this one coming up. So he opens the fridge at Lok Dog's house. It's in the hood. Opens the fridge. It's completely full of 40s. Nothing else in it.
I mean, it's not like you need to eat.
That's a fine joke. It's not great. It's okay. Ha, we're in the hood.
Now, Isaac, 40s. You and I live together, and we share a fridge, so cast not the first stone, ye who live in glass houses.
Full of 40s.
Yeah, I mean, if it was full of Grey Goose, we'd be looking at you, wouldn't we?
We're in the classy hood, Birdsboro, Okay, so, but that would be fine. Okay, I could deal with it. Mm-hmm. But there's 40s everywhere in the house. The counter is covered in 40s. The kitchen table's covered in 40s. There's a 5-gallon jug of water on like a pedestal thing that's filled with beer. And they just go around the house showing it. They just take what could be a good joke and hammer it into the ground. And it makes me so sad.
God.
Ashtray goes to see his grandma, because Lok Dog's his cousin. They have the same grandma.
The grandma who fucked him, assumedly, with the dominatrix gear.
No, that was the grandma of the girl he was fucking.
Okay.
So she's not in the picture ever again.
Okay.
But Ashtray's grandma, she's a little old lady in a rocking chair. And she's knitting, I don't know, whatever. But that's how she's dressed. That's how she's supposed to look. But she's extremely vulgar. And that's the joke, and she says a bunch of curse words and stuff like that. Eventually she stands up and says, "I still got it, though. The police beating didn't slow me down a bit." And then she starts kind of play like shadow boxing Ashtray on the shoulder and asks him to give her his best shot. Ashtray demurs at first, but then hauls back and fucking socks her across the face. She goes flying over the table onto the floor. Then she gets up, and I'm all right with this joke. She gets up, rubs her joke, and says, "You still like..." Oh, fuck, I fucked it up, Larry. God damn it. "You still punch like a bitch, motherfucker." I'm all right with that. There's stuff to be mined. Could have been a good movie.
Oh, God, I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but they reused that line in White Chicks.
What's that?
They reused that line in White Chicks.
Oh, God damn it.
They don't say the motherfucker, but when at the end when there's the fight scene, the one guy hits the Wayan dressed as a chick, and it doesn't affect her, and she's like, "You hit like a bitch." So yeah, that's they kept that gem in their pocket.
They're not creative people.
I'll say that. That's not what the BET Awards would say, but carry on.
Outstanding writing.
They're outstanding people, not creative people.
Okay, Larry, what time is it?
It's hammer time, clearly.
It is hammer time.
All right.
Yes. So we go to Lok Dog's room, and there's guns everywhere. As soon as Ashtray gets to the door, a bullet tears through it and almost hits him in the face. There's guns on the dresser, hanging on the wall, piled on the bed. Just so over the top, it makes it not funny anymore.
My only question is, where does he keep his 40s?
In the fridge. Everywhere else.
Got it. All right.
And we see Lok Dog. Lok Dog is Marlon Wayans. He's the goofy-looking Wayans, and I hate him so badly. So, he's wearing a wife beater and, like, gold chains and whatever. His hair is spiked out at random angles. Just, it's hard to describe. You need to at least look up the cover of the movie if you don't watch it, and see what it looks like. And if that wasn't bad enough, there's random items adorning his hair. And Larry, I want you to take a guess. What is the strangest item you could imagine adorning this man's hair?
I want to say, like, okay, thinking realistically, I'm thinking like an action figure, but I don't, a bottle rocket? I don't know.
It would be a pacifier.
All right.
Yes. I think there's two in there, but it changes. accessorizes, based on his outfits.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm looking at the picture now of the cover, and boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
You got to see it, folks.
It's something. Okay, so the gun stuff they overdid. Here's the joke they should have gone with and just kept this without all the guns everywhere, because this would have been fine. So he goes over to his closet and asks Ashtray some fashion advice. Should I wear this Tech 9 with my high tops or the Uzi with my low tops? Okay, fine. It's okay joke.
Yeah,
I'd be all right with it. But with everything else around it, it's just a groaner. And then Ashtray kind of doesn't really know what to say. So Lok Dog just decides, I'll just wear these instead, and puts on fuzzy pink bunny slippers, which he wears for most of the movie.
What?
Yeah. Giant pink fuzzy bunny slippers that are hard to walk in. Like, you can see him taking bigger steps because of the slippers.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So now Ashtray and Lok Dog need to get their group of friends together. So they go out and they're going to round up their buddies. So we get to meet Preach, who wears a full African ensemble and is very outspoken about being true to African culture and not getting suppressed by Whitey. But just like the obnoxious caricature of that you could imagine. He rails against the use of a certain racial epithet that might start with N as in Nancy. And then his next sentence, he immediately uses a similarly offensive racial slur to describe the Asian dry cleaner down the street.
I mean, of course, it's the lowest of hanging fruits, so
Yes, that would be funny, very funny. Now next,
I'm so Wayans out.
There's a lot of Wayans going on. So next we get to meet Crazy Legs. Yeah. He became.
Please tell me he's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
I should have been able to guess that. God damn it.
Oh, man. I think you're an outstanding writer, Larry. So he became paralyzed after getting shot in a drive-by. Now, when you picture a man who got shot in a drive-by and is paralyzed, now in a wheelchair, how do you picture his legs?
I fucked up? Question mark?
Yeah, well, that would be incorrect, because apparently they just get much smaller. His legs are about the size of a 3-year-old's.
Okay, let me slow you down there. That's just now. All right. I'm gonna put the show on mute for a second. Okay, I don't think they can hear me. I thought you said you weren't gonna fucking lie to me anymore. Then we fucking talked about this. We're gonna watch the movies and tell me the fucking truth.
I'm telling you the truth, baby.
Yeah,
I never lie to you again after the beating you gave me.
I just swear to God, I will drive the fuck down there, and I will. Fucking all right. I'm gonna turn the fucking recording back on. And tell me the goddamn truth. Okay. Yeah, we're back. Anyway, Isaac has the truth to tell you now.
Yeah, he has really tiny legs, like a 3-year-old.
You motherfucker.
They're crazy legs, Larry. That's
I
why
guess,
he's called Crazy Legs.
And this happens from getting shot. Was it like a transplant?
They don't address it.
Okay.
Just accept it and move on.
I guess so. So this character exists with that one gag. That's his gag.
Yeah.
Why did I take all those lessons?
Oh my God. Okay, so then randomly the camera pans over away from them meeting up with Crazy Legs to a railroad track where there's 4 young boys walking. One of them turns to the other ones and says, "Hey, do you want to see a dead body?" So obviously they're doing a Stand By Me reference. Yeah, but then they go into the woods and they see the dead body of an obese Elvis impersonator with his pants around his ankles and flies buzzing around his shitty ass. I know. Why? I don't get it.
All right.
Oh my God. Okay, so that lasts for 5 seconds, and then we cut to our ragtag gang attending a party where a bunch of hood stuff happens. Lok Dog sees an attractive woman. He leans over to Ashtray and says, "I bet I can get her number." Ashtray says he doesn't believe him. Lok Dog walks up to her, and puts a gun to her head and screams for her to write her number down, which she does. Then he comes back over to Ashtray all smug and says, I told you so.
And he's our hero? Or he's a supporting hero?
Yes, Ashtray is our main hero.
Uh-huh.
Lok Dog is, comic foil buddy of hero.
Yeah, that's like our relationship. Which one of us is the holding guns to women's head for their number thing? Well, you're married, so I guess that answers that question.
Well, I've never put a pacifier in my hair, but I have put it other places.
You have some magnificent hair. Wait, what? You know what? No, you gotta ignore that. But where you choose to put things is your business.
Pucker up, baby. Oh boy. Okay, so Ashtray becomes infatuated with dashiki. Am I saying that right? Yeah, dashiki, which we learn means doggy style in Swahili. And I'm just throwing this out there, Larry. If I have a daughter, I got dibs, okay?
Dibs on what?
Dashiki, for a name.
Oh, for a name. Okay, yeah. All right.
No, whoa. Why did you go there?
I'm not trying to be funny. I wasn't sure where that joke was going.
I mean, you're allowed to fuck my daughter, but I can't fuck her. Come on. That's
just a name
wrong.
like Tashiki.
Well, yeah, she's asking for it now.
Look at the way she's named. She was named derogatively. What are those flashing lights outside? Why are they taking me away?
Oh my god. So, yeah, Ashtray then immediately meets Dashiki's 7 children. She scolds the children and says, now what do you say when a nice black man says hello? To which all the children say in unison, are you my daddy?
Yeah. The hood.
That hood life. So Dashiki is leaving the hood, though. And she invites Ashtray to come along, and they can start a life together, even though they just met at the party 5 seconds ago. Goddamn.
Wait, what? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I know. The love arc has officially started.
And reached its climax, apparently.
Outstanding writing. But she's not leaving right away. It's in a couple days. So we'll see what happens there.
Sure. Great writing. Outstanding writing.
Now we see Toothpick, also at the same party, but not really around our heroes. He just got out of jail, and he's playing goldfish with some homies at the table. He still acts like he's in jail and threatens to shank people and stuff like that. And he looks over and sees Ashtray kissing Dashiki. Is it Dashiki or Dashiki? I spelled it wrong. Before I name my daughter, I gotta learn how to spell this. He then goes on a rant about how he's not afraid of jail. I'm not afraid of jail. I'm not afraid to get locked up. I'm not afraid of no guards. I'm not afraid to get fucked in the ass. And, Larry, this movie's from 1996. So when a man says, I'm not afraid to get fucked in the ass, the response is a record scratch, the music of the party stops, everyone stops talking, and stares at him in horror because gay.
Oh, boy. We have advanced as a culture.
I'm honestly impressed at how that quickly this has happened. We're going places, Larry. We're going to make it.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard to time your dramatic responses to record scratches, too. Unless you got like a guy who's paid to stand there and scratch the record whenever someone comes out as gay or, Well,
Larry,
pregnant.
It's a hood party. It's all record scratching. Come on. You never been to a hood party, Larry. Come on.
I haven't. I'm sorry. Yeah. I filmed one creepily from the street, but I never went in one.
Okay, so Ashtray and Lok Dog go to a convenience store. Toothpick and his crew pull up and shove a gun in Ashtray's face. Lok Dog shows up with an even bigger gun and asks if there's a problem. Toothpick, in response, reaches into hammer space and pulls out a bazooka and points it at them. Lok Dog responds by opening the back of the stolen mail truck which he drives around, that's very briefly addressed, revealing...
A nuke? Is it a nuke?
Yeah.
It's gotta be a
USSR nuclear warhead. He very slowly presses a button and it aims downward toward the car. It takes 10 seconds. So stupid.
Oh. How did this not win the Excellence in Writing BET 2004?
Outstanding writing. Outstanding.
Yeah. Wow.
So Ashtray and Lok Dog enter the liquor store. And
so wait. Hold the fuck on. So who won the standoff?
Oh, Toothpick just drives away because he doesn't want everyone in the 5-mile radius to die.
Oh, man. Oh, thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, I know. That would have been a good end to the movie, though. He just fires it. We just see the fireball, and then the credits roll.
Now that's excellence in writing.
Yeah, amen. Okay, so they go into the liquor store, and the proprietors of said store are Asian. Now, this movie was filmed 4 years, I think, after Rodney King beating and LA riots. And there was this crazy amount of tension between the Asian and black communities in LA. So they're speaking to that, and if you have that in mind, some of the following jokes actually make a little more sense.
Okay, wait, I actually don't know about this.
Yeah.
That was a thing?
So, generally, I think it was mostly Korean people, if I'm remembering correctly, but they certainly were Asian. They mostly owned all the corner stores and liquor stores in LA. Which people in the hood, needing to get their 40s and cigarettes and whatnot, are frequent customers there. And just because there's lots of crime in inner city situations, there would be shoplifting, and the Asian proprietors would be pretty racially profiling in their, anytime a black guy walked into the shop. And there's just a lot of tension because of that. And I think, a couple of people probably got shot. Like the owner of the store had a gun under the counter. Someone stole something. He shot and killed him. And then the black community's upset. Asian community's upset. So there's just tons of tension there. And they're spoofing on this now. So, and again, this is where it really could have been a good movie. Because that totally deserves spoofing. That's the kind of thing we should play on that and make that a joke. Because it's not acceptable. We shouldn't let ourselves as humans get in that situation, so it deserves to be made fun of.
Yeah, okay.
But they don't do it very well. Okay. This is actually probably my favorite part of the movie. I forgot about this. So as soon as they walk in the store, an alarm goes off that says in a high-pitched voice a certain racial epithet that starts with N as in Nancy. And the Asian proprietors start following our heroes all over the store. And they repeatedly yell, "Hurry up and buy!" over and over and over again. And it gets, again, hammer time. They're beating it into the ground, where they just pop up, like he picks up a bag of chips and the Asian lady's face is right behind it.
That's a gag I always loved.
"Hurry up, buy now!" And then she's in the freezer, like with ice all over her hair and everything, so... Especially with the context of the situation. Not that bad, but if the whole movie could have done better with it, this is where it kind of works.
Hey, props in their due.
So yes, another part of the joke that works, the Asian proprietors are so preoccupied with the black customers, they don't notice a white man holding a giant burlap sack just shoving things into it. And he goes up to the register and steals all the money out of it. And then the Asian guy who's standing right there, just in his peripheral vision, not quite seeing this happen, says, "Wait, hold on a second." And he says, "You dropped this," and hands him like a $1 bill that fell on the counter. So, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Then
that is just, it's just the best.
Yeah. Lok Dog gets offended at a comment one of the proprietors makes about his mother. I forget exactly what it was. But instantly his reaction is to pull his gun out and start shooting like crazy. So he doesn't hit anybody, but hits a bunch of items in the store, and then riffing on, Asian proprietors are stingy and angry at black people. Every time he hits an item and destroys it, the Asian lady yells out, "Pickles, $5! Soda, $5! My shirt, $10!
All right, the my shirt bit got me.
It grazes off for you. There's some stuff in here that works. It could have been a good movie. It could have been.
Hey, it got almost a passing grade.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of the American school system of movies, it sounds like.
Right. So we cut to a church, and we see a pastor on stage preaching about how people don't need to question why the pastor has a nice house and a nice car, and then passes around the collection plate. Hardy har.
Poignant commentary.
it is announced there will be a beat selection from the choir. It is a black church, if that wasn't clear.
The very idea.
Some fly hip-hop music starts playing, Larry. It's hippity-hoppity. And
steady.
No, okay, so we get another a dance-off, which, if you remember from Hot Chicks, there was also a dance-off. The Wayans Brothers can't make a movie without a dance-off in it.
Something I didn't really bring up on White Chicks, but they did do. Did they do the spin on their head move?
I forget. I think they do that in this one.
You didn't examine every fucking scene of the dance fight to create poignant memories?
I was preoccupied with something else, as we will see.
Okay.
So, who might the participants of the dance-off in the church be? Any guesses?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it's African-American folks.
Yes, it is African-American folks. Specifically, Ashtray and Lok Dog's grandmother.
Okay.
She gets in a dance-off with another old lady. And now, normally, how you would do this gag, you do a close-up of... Because they're actually played by old women, like in their 60s, 70s, whatever. You do a close-up of their face, and then you'd cut to an establishing shot where you've switched out to a body double. And then the body double just does crazy dance moves, spins on the head, all that fun stuff. And at the end, you cut to an out-of-breath close-up of Grandma's face, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's
the standard.
Film School 101.
They don't do that, Larry. It's 101, they don't do that. They constantly cut back and forth in the middle of dancing 12 times, over and over again. They're all extremely bad cuts. It's very obvious what's going on. I guess that's the joke, but it's not funny. It's just weird. I don't get it.
I mean, you'd have to imagine it is the joke at that point, right?
Yeah, I guess so, but...
I don't know what... God damn it.
I know. It's not funny. Okay. All right, we got to move on, because here is the sex scene.
Oh, I've been waiting for this for a week.
Oh, Larry.
I've been waiting for this more than I've waited for actual sex.
Are you... let's get into it here. Are you planning to jerk off to some pornography tonight? Because if you are, you don't need to. You just need to put on Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. I think it's around the 50-minute mark. Just fast forward in there and you'll have yourself a good time.
Oh, I'm excited.
So
I'm going to do it right now. I'm taking off my pants. I was never wearing pants.
Oh, yeah. Feel free to jerk it to this description. And our listeners, you may as well. Dashiki is going to teach Ashtray about foreplay. Because apparently he knows nothing about sex, even though he had a booty call with the lady with the grandma before. But he doesn't know anything about foreplay. I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, S&M traditionally I don't think involves traditional foreplay. From my limited knowledge.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Well, the sex didn't start out S&M until Granny got there.
Oh, yeah.
But where do you think the best place for foreplay in the house would be?
I was going to say the church. I was going to say, like, the altar.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I thought this was at the church. I was going to say the altar.
No, we've cut to Dashiki's house. I'm sorry.
Okay, I guess... Well, the best place... I mean, traditionally, when I engage in coitus with a lover, it's traditionally in the boudoir. But, you know, the kitchen table will do in a pinch.
Yeah, well, kitchen table could be acceptable. What's not acceptable is the kitchen floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where the gross shit is. That's where germs live.
That's where germs live, Larry.
Well, fucking the living room. I wouldn't fuck in your living... Well, okay, hang on.
She lays Ashtray out on the floor and then pours... probably
ashes into him. Sorry.
No, a good 20 ounces of fruit punch on his chest and stomach.
Oh, no.
And proceeds to lick it off of him and suck it out of his belly button.
Ah!
I know. It's the worst.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. So, as a lot of times, maybe some of our Gen Z listeners are younger people who might not be sexually engaged yet. So, just don't do what they do in this. But a general rule of thumb in foreplay, you might kind of trade off a little bit. So, you're like, playing with the nipples, then she touches your asshole or whatever. You go back and forth. It's a game of wits.
It's like a chess match.
Exactly.
Knight to e4.
Just
hand to cheek left.
That's how Stephen Hawking would have sex.
Oh, rest in peace.
I know, it's very sad. Imagine I am rubbing your nipples. Okay, so it's Ashtray's turn to... it's the next move in the chess match. So he gets a hot dog and starts rubbing it all over her face, neck, and ears. Yeah,
I'm like genuinely put off by this.
I know, it gets worse. So now it is her move again. She takes a block of cheese, a large block of cheese, pulls out a cigarette lighter, and melts the cheese onto his chest while he screams in pain.
You fucking prude, I do that every Wednesday. It's the only way I can get an erection anymore. What the fuck? What kind of cheese is it?
Munster. Yeah.
Is it seriously Munster?
No, they don't show it. It looks like cheddar.
What color is it?
Yellow, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's alright, so it's Garden Variety cheddar, okay.
Oh my god. No, it gets, it's the worst. So she takes the reins now. So it's his turn to please her, but she's got something in mind.
Is he still covered in like hot cheese at this point? Or is it like cut between scenes and it's just each scene is like a little vignette?
Yeah, I guess
it's important for my understanding that I'm trying to jerk off to this.
I'd imagine she very sensually licked the melted cheese off his new burn wounds.
I'm gonna be ill.
So she takes her sock off, Larry.
Oh.
Yep. And reveals like crusty, fuzzy toes. And he takes a bottle of hot sauce and pours it all over her foot. And we watch him lick it off and gag for 34 seconds. Close up, toe licking, hot sauce. What the fuck?
He timed it.
34 seconds. I really thought... I went back afterward and timed it. Because I was writing up my review and I was like... It must have been 5 minutes. It took so much of my life away from me. And it's infuriating because it's only 34 seconds, but that's so long for toe sucking. No. Oh. Larry, what have you done to me?
I want to see the woman suit. That's so long for toe sucking. Oh, put that on my fucking headstone.
Okay, so the foreplay has commenced.
Right, I mean, it sounds like it's in full swing.
Well, we're moving to the bedroom. The actual sex is going to take place in a bed. So we got that.
The boudoir.
So we get the wrong hole gag. Hardy har. Then he comes in 10 seconds. Hardy har. He rolls over and immediately falls asleep. Hardy hardy har.
Yeah, it sounds like a white guy, really.
Yeah, it's describing my life. So 10 seconds later, because she kind of sits there frustrated with her arms folded like, oh, my man fell asleep, what an asshole. She wakes him up and tells him that she's pregnant. Now, okay. I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, hey, I'm 3 months pregnant with another man's child. I should let you know. No, she means she has just gotten inseminated by him.
Well, now, Isaac, how could she possibly know that?
She explains.
Oh,
she
good.
says, I've had 7 children. Trust me, I know.
How old is she? How old are these people?
Well, Ashtray is supposed to be, like, just out of high school. Like, he's supposed to go to college. That's his journey, is he's supposed to get an education, which never comes up again.
Oh, I forgot the plot.
Yeah, there's so little plot. It's... And Dashiki's looks like she's his age. I don't know. She's early 20s, but she has 7 kids, and one of her kids is probably older than she is. Who the fuck knows? They're all actually
I guess since time and space are not factors, I guess I'm really...
Hey, Stephen Hawking comes up again, and this universe, time is shifted. Okay, so she wakes him up, tells him she's pregnant, and he flips out, says he's not ready to be a dad, and she starts throwing a bunch of shit at him, and he runs away. That's the end of the worst sex scene in the world. That's
a bold statement.
Oh, but show me worse. Show me worse, Larry.
I was going to watch it just because I couldn't believe that I can't watch the toes. I can't do that, man. That's too much.
The toe sucking. Ugh. God. It is... Fuck. Okay. Then Ashtray, this is another, so many weird, disparate scenes. It's almost like a sketch comedy show. It's fucking, someone pulled a modicum of a plot through. Ashtray and Lok Dog are hanging out, and cops' sirens start blaring. And the cops pull up, and they do the gag of, giving them crazy instructions, like stand on one foot, and pat your head and rub your belly, now do jumping jacks, and make up a haiku, whatever, dumb shit.
Is that one?
No.
Oh.
I came up with a better one in 2 seconds than they did.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that. Bernie Mac is one of the cops, and he goes on a rant about how much he hates black people and black things, like the black keys on a piano and Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Is he Uncle Ruckus?
And the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. I don't know what's happening.
It's so specific.
Yeah. So, and he is angry, and he arrests our heroes for being black on a Friday night. Yeah, that one's good. I'll give him that.
That's a crime where I'm from, sadly. I'm not kidding. God, I live in the worst place.
They're in prison for a hot second. I forget what happened. That's some stupid jokes. Doesn't really matter. And then, oh god. Oh, there's so many things that make me. The end of this, the last 30 minutes of this movie are just infuriating thing after infuriating thing. So, they're in prison for a hot minute, then they're out, no consequences. Our gang is hanging out, and one of Toothpick's homies comes over to intimidate them. Lok Dog decides to take over, and he's gonna stomp that playa into the ground. So he, kicks him and starts dancing on him and jumping on him and all that fun stuff. It's all off screen, it's like from the waist up that we're seeing Lok Dog kick and dance and jump and everything. And we pan out to reveal he's been flattened into a cartoon pancake.
Okay, I mean, at this point, that follows.
It fits. But, oh god. Okay, now we get Crazy Legs fantasy dream sequence.
Oh my god, I forgot about Crazy Legs.
Oh,
is he okay? How are his legs?
His legs are still small. They haven't grown.
How crazy.
Oh, it's preposterous. Okay, so his dream sequence is a 30-second clip from a music video to You Can't Touch This by Mr. MC Hammer, Hammer Time Incorporated. And he's surrounded by, and it's him in the video. He's surrounded by a bunch of choreographed dancers, and he's dancing too. Now, Larry, with his crazy little legs and the fact he's in a wheelchair, how's he dancing? How's that possible? Any ideas?
Is he dancing on his baby legs?
Nope, because they couldn't pull that off. He is marionetted. He's on strings. And his little legs are moving. I'm curious how they did this, because obviously the actor had legs, so you can kind of tell. So I don't know if it was like little robot legs that were just programmed to move side to side, or if there was a puppeteer like behind him with... I want to find that out. That's a behind the scenes thing I'm curious about.
I love tiny legs.
You might like this.
So
movie,
you're really selling that MC Hammer scene.
Oh,
that sounds incredible. Who's marionetting him? MC Hammer?
No, the strings just go off screen.
Oh, so God.
It could. Well, yeah. God's marionetting all of us, Larry.
Hood God. Okay.
Hood God. Oh, God. Okay. So... Oh, by the way, Toothpick's face tattoos keep changing. Sometimes the tears and the flower on his face change sides, and sometimes the flower turns into a peace sign. So there's that, but it's never really brought up as a joke or addressed.
Okay.
It just happens, and you might not catch it, but I did. Very bizarre. Again, if you're going to do the joke, make it a joke. Okay. So Lok Dog gets his dick sucked by a crackhead in exchange for directions to the corner store. Male crackhead, if that matters.
No.
It did then.
It's a corner store. It's not a funny joke.
I know, it's not.
It's not a funny joke.
That's a lot of these jokes. Or it's either it's a non-joke, or it's an okay joke, but hammer time. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Toothpick and his crew. Remember, Toothpick's angry at Ashtray for kissing Dashiki because he used to fuck her. I don't know, fucking something. They roll up to our heroes who are chilling on a porch and start shooting at them. None of the bullets hit anyone, of course, but a bullet hits Crazy Legs' wheelchair, which causes him to roll down the porch steps and into the street. Toothpick's car then hits him, and he goes flying comically 25 feet into the air and lands in a heap in the middle of the street. And then Toothpick drives off.
Is mission accomplished? Clearly.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. And then Crazy Legs with his little floppity legs is just wailing in the street. Oh, God! So they take him to the hospital, and the hospital's this weird scene. They're super crowded. The waiting room's just completely filled, and the receptionist gives them they're like, number 1416, and then you hear the PA system calling out, number 23, so they have to wait a long time. And she gives them a big stack of forms to fill out. Hospital jokes, funny. And they're sitting in the waiting room. There's a guy on fire.
All right, that's pretty good.
There's a skeleton with, he's got a ticket number. It's number like 47 or something. So over the top, but okay.
It's a classic gag.
Yeah. And then awkward. So I guess Crazy Legs gets patched up eventually, sitting in his hospital bed finally. And Ashtray is there talking to him. And Crazy Legs is very sad. And he says, they told me I'm never going to walk again. I'm so distraught. And Ashtray says, you've been paralyzed for 5 years. And Crazy Legs says, oh, right. And is fine. It's strange. Yep. So Ashtray, I guess, is so upset that the Hood has injured his friend Crazy Legs. He returns to Dashiki's house. He's having a mental breakdown. He's distraught. He's crying. He goes inside and he's freaking out so much. He starts swinging his hands around wildly, like out of control. He's having a breakdown. But as he's doing this, he accidentally punches all 7 of her children in the face. And then we pan out to see them lying unconscious on the floor. And then he drops to his knees and grabs her in a weird hug where he's like crying into her crotch and says, I'm ready to be a dad. Let's leave the Hood.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, man.
That's similar to my conception, believe it or not.
Oh, God. Okay, I gotta burn through this. This is killing me. Okay,
I'm hardly able to follow the plot, and I'm trying really hard.
It's a sketch con. It's an episode of SNL that's not good. Lok Dog. Oh, God, that's so stupid. Lok Dog buys some stuff from some shady guy, and they set the scene up like he's about to cook up some meth or something. So they do like slow motion of him boiling a pot of water and setting a timer and turning on the oven and all this stuff, measuring things. And then the gag, we cut to him in a baker's hat and an apron, putting the finishing touches on a giant 2-tiered cake with frilly pink icing.
Of course.
That's it. It's the cake's not for anything, doesn't go anything. It's just, oh, you thought he was doing drugs, but he made a cake. That's so out of character.
So is there a fist fight and someone goes through the cake?
Nope. You cut to him putting the icing on, and then he smiles. Like, fourth wall breaking, like, ha, get that joke?
What is the point of that scene?
Because you thought one thing about the hood, Larry, but
I
it's actually something
I don't give
else.
a shit about the hood. I want to know about this movie. What does that add?
It adds a cake.
An unused cake. An unused cake is the devil's cake.
Cake must be used.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
you know
bullshit.
What? You know what I found out is I think a Southern tradition, which I'm very upset because, as you know, I'm married to a crippled woman who can't bake, and I crippled her. I forget how, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it is what it is. And I wish I'd known this for my wedding, because if you don't know, I'm a fat piece of shit, and I love to eat. Apparently, there's a tradition in the South that, in addition to the main wedding cake, there's also a groom's cake. Oh. I could have had another cake that was meant for me. I mean, I guess I could have let other people eat it, but...
I thought your wedding was missing something.
A cake entirely devoted to me. And I missed out on that opportunity. I'm very upset. So, Larry, when you get married...
America's heartland.
When you get married, insist on a groom's cake.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll let you know. Look for the invitations coming any day.
Gotcha. Ashtray's papa, who, in case you forgot, is younger than Ashtray.
Oh, how can I forget? That's an important plot point.
He's going to sleep, and he asks Ashtray to read him a bedtime story like the good old days. And, Larry, I'm not sure. I know you jerked off to the sex scene before. I don't know what your refractory period's like, but if you want to rub one out real quick here, you can go ahead. Because Ashtray proceeds to read extremely hardcore pornography, describing insertion, thrusting, moaning, while Papa masturbates very visibly under the covers before an intense climax and then immediately falling asleep.
So you watched a child come?
Well, he's played... Okay, here's... I try with all of my being to not be racist, but I do believe everyone can be prejudiced sometimes, whether they want to admit it to themselves or not.
Absolutely.
And we need to be vigilant against it in ourselves, but acknowledge that it can be there. But when it comes up, fight it with everything we have.
Mm-hmm.
The actor, I forget who plays Ashtray's dad, but I spent 5 minutes thinking it was Chris Rock. And then I felt really bad about myself.
It was Robin Wright.
Yeah, I know. She's fucking amazing. A tour de force.
No, it was, no, so it's played by an adult-ish who's pretending to be, okay.
An adult man who I hope looks a lot like Chris Rock, because that makes me less of an asshole.
In my head, I'm just picturing Chris Rock in a propeller beanie, and it's working, so carry on.
It's propeller beanie. Why didn't they do that? Right there, we're writing a better movie. Oh my god.
So we're gonna write Don't Be a Menace in South Central 2, this time with more juice in your hoodness.
Well, if they're making White Chicks 2, we have to make a sequel to this movie.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing it. Let's call up Marlon and pitch.
Okay. God damn.
All right. So, oh god, fucking this too. Oh, just everything about the end of the movie is the worst. Lok Dog meets a really shy girl at a party. He invites her back to his place. She kind of hesitates at first, but eventually she gives in because Lok Dog's super charming with the pacifiers in his hair.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't taken your acid tablets, please drop them now. And then go look up a picture of Tone Log? No, that's an actor. That's a rapper. Lok Dog. Just look up the fucking cover of this movie.
Oh boy, it's a sight to see.
Yeah, it's really something.
So they go back to his place, which is the stolen mail truck. Don't forget. He
lives in it?
Apparently.
Where does he keep his shit?
Well, that's the other thing, because they go to his place, and they're inside his place, which is obviously not the inside of a mail truck. But then at the end of the scene, it's established that they were in his mail truck all along. Even though...
Yep, got it. The Juggalos did the same thing.
Oh, God, I hate jokes like that. So he tries to get her to drink some champagne. She says she gets a little crazy when she drinks, so she's not sure if she wants to. He persists, and she ends up drinking some. Almost immediately after taking a couple sips, she literally turns into a monster. her voice is pitch shifted down an octave to, the devil voice that, stereotypical thing. Her face becomes ghostly white. Her hair all of a sudden is like crazy and freaking out. And she has a long Gene Simmons tongue that she's just flapping around. She climbs on top of him for sex. Lok Dog screams and tries to escape, but she drags him back and says, "You're not going anywhere." And then we cut to an outside shot of the mail van rocking violently as Lok Dog is raped. Yeah, because that's a joke.
Huh.
We really have come so far as a society. You could not make that joke with any success these days. So there's that. I'm holding on to that. We've come a long way.
That's really impressive.
In 22 years since this movie came out, I in less time than my life, we have progressed, and that's all I have to hold on to. Okay, so the end of the movie is coming hot and fast. Get ready.
Like a load of
cum, Larry. Cum.
Oh, okay. And I just dropped my acid, so speed it up because we're about to be in Rainbow Land over here.
Toothpick and his gang are ready to jack up our heroes. In the back seat is the man Lok Dog stamped into a pancake. You remember that?
Is he still a pancake?
He's still a pancake, and he's alive.
Okay, sure.
It looks as stupid as you could imagine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Chris Rock propeller beanie, so my imagination is deep and wide.
Okay, so we have a slow motion montage of them getting their guns ready, and then their slingshots, and then super soakers. Now, this is the only time super soakers appear in this movie, is for 2 seconds in this montage. The cover, there's a couple alternate covers, but the main cover, and the cover I remember, because I remember seeing this cover and thinking it looked goofy as shit, when I would steal my mom's quarters and go across the street to the video rental store and rent the same Disney movies over and over and over again when I was 8 years old, because I was a terrible little thief who loved Disney for some reason. Actually, I rented Robin Hood, the animated one where they're foxes, on stolen quarters. And Maid Marian in that movie is fucking hot. Oh my god, she's a fox. Get it? Get it, Larry? No, I was sexually attracted to that fox, though, in all honesty.
I think you mentioned that before, yeah. There's some weird Rule 34 of her in a diaper.
I'm
in a
not
diaper full
into
of
animated
shit
stuff, but I'm gonna look for that. So, But I remember seeing that the cover for this movie, because it's
you'd seen this movie and heard of it before this review. I had never heard of it.
I didn't remember it until I saw the cover.
Okay.
Because I had seen it in the video rental store 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
Never thought about it since. But the cover is just the Wayans Brothers against a white backdrop holding super soakers, like, gangbusters, hold them sideways, going to shoot someone. And I remember thinking, oh, that looks really goofy and weird. I'm confused, and I'm just going to rent this safe little Disney movie and become sexually confused about it.
Boy, imagine if in an alternate universe, young Isaac rented this and became sexually confused about the Wayans.
Oh, and sexually confused about hot sauce toes. No!
Oh my god.
That's the worst timeline. Oh,
that Isaac. God, let's kill him.
Yeah.
It's a mercy.
If we ever go to a different universe, let's go to that universe and kill me. But so they're holding the super soakers, and that's the cover of the movie. On the cover of the movie, you would think that's gonna establish a lot of what's. So you think, okay, I'm gonna rent this movie. The cover's the Wayans Brothers with super soakers. I'm gonna get a super soaker laugh fest. The super soakers show up in the movie for 2 seconds, and the Wayans Brothers never hold them. The cover is a lie. That infuriates me.
You think that was like the last day of shooting and like, oh shit, we forgot to shoot the cover. Just give them fucking super soakers and all right, boys, you're out.
Probably, or I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so Toothpick and his gang roll up on our crew with real guns. We have slow-mo to establish the day-to-day life going on just before the shooting occurs. We see an old couple sitting on a porch. We see a child riding a tricycle. We see a close-up of another child picking his nose. and a close-up of 2 bulldogs fucking.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. Then the shooting happens, and all the goofy-ass slapstick you'd expect to happens. People are falling over, jumping, trying to hide things. Dashiki's around for some reason, and Ashtray shoves her out of the way and says, I gotta get out of here, and he's not protecting his woman, ha ha ha. And then Granny, with white face paint on for no reason, bursts out of a dumpster. Or there's probably some kind of allegorical reason I don't understand because I'm white. I don't know. But she bursts out of a dumpster with guns and shoots up the bad guys. Toothpick goes flying into the windshield of a police car that just happened to be driving by. And he falls... he falls on the ground. And then the woman from the beginning of the movie who was crying over the person who wasn't her son comes up and does the same shtick again. Like, oh my god, my baby, you took my baby. I don't think she says the tits thing again, though, this time. So
that was the best line.
But it actually is her son, and then she gets mad at him, and I don't know, he stole money from her. She gets mad and runs away, and he's not dead, but he gets arrested again. It's fucking stupid. So then we see the aftermath of the shooting. So the 2 old people are now dead. Thankfully, the children and the bulldogs are spared because you can't kill kids or dogs in a movie.
Thank God.
But we see a dead guy leaning against the side of a car with his pants down, holding clenched tightly in his fist a single dollar bill, and wrapped around his cocks. Wrapped around his cock. He only has one.
I wish we lived together so you could see my eyes bug out of my fucking head.
Sorry. I overexcited you.
I mean, really, would it surprise me? No, but still, I wanted to hear what was going on.
Wrapped around his cock are the lips of the crackhead from earlier, who is also dead.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Ashtray and Dashiki are leaving the hood. Lok Dog's going to stay in the hood, and we get the stupid wrap-up thing where the where did they end up thing, and Lok Dog goes on to become a comedian, and Preach, the African guy, is living in a trailer fucking a milky white chick. I don't know. I forget what happens to Crazy Legs. He doesn't get regular legs, I don't think.
Oh, good. I mean, he'd be ruined. What would they call him?
But that's it. And how would you summarize the plot in... what's your elevator pitch of this movie, Larry?
Okay, so we got the Wayans Brothers, right? We're going to put weird shit in one of their hair, and then we're going to throw them in the hood, and then we're going to throw a bunch of writers from the Ed Sullivan Show at it. And hope for the best? I don't know. Yeah. I didn't follow the... He starts the movie... He starts the movie being sent to Bel Air, the equivalent of Bel Air in that allegory, to escape. Why did his mother send him to his father's?
I don't know. Because she can't be there for him because she's a responsible black woman, and that doesn't fit in the movie. Overall, it's his challenge to get out of the hood, and he does by knocking up a chick who already has 7 other children and then moving out of the hood with her.
Yeah,
with what money? I don't know, because he does not have a job.
He knocks up a girl with 7 children, and then there's 40 more minutes of movie?
I don't know.
That's the part I'm struggling with.
Yeah, there's a lot to struggle with. The whole movie's a struggle.
Oh, God, this sounds way worse than White Chicks.
It was pretty rough, and it was frustrating because there were those glimmers of... And I know what they were trying to do, and again, my perspective, maybe they... if I had the reference of all those movies, maybe this movie is a lot more successful than I give it credit for. But, oh man, it falls on its face so often.
It sounds like they were trying for some kind of commentary, but also it was like the scary movie version of hood movies.
Yeah, and I guess maybe there's something to be said for slipping like a little commentary in a goofy, dumb movie that people who don't want to see movies with commentary are going to want to go see. So maybe there's some good in there. I don't know.
How did this do? Was it successful? It's rated higher than White Chicks, but I assume it has less ratings.
Yeah. Yeah, the critics, 32%, so not good, but not deplorable.
Oh, that's critically. Wow.
Yeah, right. Some critics liked it. I don't know. But now, Larry, I don't know if you know this about movies, but usually there's a lot more to them than meets the eye.
Oh, historically, yes.
And that's why I like to do what I like to call a master's thesis, where I break down what's really going on behind the scenes. Because there's a lot more meat to the storytelling than the casual observer might watch. So
I'm a dumb fuck, so yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna educate. I'm gonna put you to school, Larry.
Yeah, I'm putting on my propeller beanie. I'm ready to go.
The filmmakers, with a deft hand, have portrayed Lok Dog as an allegorical urban hamlet. Lok Dog profoundly struggles with his own mental instability as the circumstances around him force him to make impossible decisions. It remains unclear how much of Lok Dog's behavior is born from insanity and how much he is acting the part to carve out a space for himself in the hood, as it were. Lok Dog's Claudius is the systemic racism of American culture, which has robbed him of his father and rules from an unsteady throne built upon the shifting sands of mistrust. His Ophelia are the ephemeral bitches he is chasing. Whether his failures stem from romantic ineptitude or a pervasive cultural milieu of an angst regarding fatherhood is left for the viewer to ponder. Overall, the film raises more questions than it answers, reminding us of the boundless spirit at the heart of cinema.
Word.
Yep. So there's something to take away from it.
Hype, fam. You're a genius. I love you.
Oh, I was able to bullshit my way through so much academic crap in college. As long as you use big words and have half an idea what you're talking about, you can do anything.
I have not heard nor used the word milieu in like 6 years.
Oh shit. That, my friends, was the bowels of Netflix.
Man.
You enjoyed my suffering.
I certainly did. You know I love to watch you suffer.
You reveled in it.
I do. And as this is, we roll back around, since this is a two-man show, the third person is yet to be cryogenically unfrozen. The technology doesn't exist. So it's just a two-person show right now. So we're going to be rolling the counter back, and you're going to get to now witness the decision sort of making process here, where we reveal to one another what we'll be watching in the next 2 episodes.
Yes, so episode 3 coming up. I'm going to give you a movie, Larry, and you're going to have to watch it, and you're going to have to tell all of us how bad it is.
Yeah, all good times must eventually come to an end.
That they do. All right, are you ready?
Oh, I was born ready. Well, actually, I was born naked and screaming, and then I'll die that way too, but carry on.
Well, amen. That's how to live a life. Okay. So, Larry, you are going to Bollywood. Are you excited? Because you're going to see the movie The Grand Masti.
The what?
The Grand Masti. I don't know. To try to pick movies, I was kind of browsing through Netflix looking for ridiculous stuff. There was a treasure trove of Bollywood movies. All of them were 2.5 hours long, and I didn't want to make you suffer that much because I was scared you might actually kill yourself. So I found a movie that was 90 minutes long, and it's the most ridiculous premise. I'll wait for you to see, but it's gonna be fun, and it's. I was on the couch, and my wife, the crippled one, was here with me, and she, as soon as we played it. As soon as we saw the description, we knew. And then we played like 4 minutes of it to get just a smattering, just a taste. And instantly, because I had like 8 other movies I was thinking about, but I knew this was you, because it's off the wall. I know Bollywood's crazy. I have to imagine this is as crazy as it gets. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep.
Oh my God. I'm looking at images and I...
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, episode 4 is coming up soon, and you're going to make me suffer.
Yes.
So
I am going to.
How badly?
You're not going to Bollywood, but instead you're going into the depths of your own mind.
Oh, golly.
Actually, I don't think it's your mind. I think you're going into some bullshit teenage girl's mind. You're going to be watching a movie called Perfect Sisters.
Oh, no.
Perfect Sisters.
Bad.
It's not what you're thinking. Historically, I like to make Isaac watch children's films. This is not that. This looks like...
Oh, it's a bad horror movie?
I would call it a drama.
Oh.
I would call it a 2014 Canadian crime drama.
Canadian crime? They don't have crime in Canada. They're too
No,
nuts.
they don't know how to do it.
Oh, actually, do you know about Willie Picton? He killed a bunch of prostitutes in Vancouver, like 40, and fed them to pigs on his pig farm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Pretty recently, too. I think he only got caught in the 2000s.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's the only criminal in Canada, though. Just the one.
Well, now there's going to be two more, and they might be not only sisters, Isaac, they might be the perfect sisters.
Oh, we got a 27 on Rotten Tomatoes. That means critically it's worse than Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Was the 40s the juice?
I guess.
Okay, and also, enlighten me. I live in I live in Amish land. I live where the Amish live, more or less. I live 20 minutes from the Amish. Where is South Central?
I think the movie they were referencing was a high school, South Central High. That sounds right. But okay. I really don't know. It might, because LA's like New York, where there's Greenwich Village and the east side, the west side, up Harlem, all this stuff. I'm pretty sure LA's the same thing, so there might be a South Central neighborhood or something.
Okay.
I don't know much about LA.
I guess then here we go. Next week we've got the Grand Masti, which what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I don't want to watch it, but I can't wait to hear about it. I'm so excited.
Bollywood sex comedy film. Oh, yeah. Lord. Okay.
All right, so make sure to stop by next week and the week after, because it's going to be a thrill ride. So,
thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we appreciate
hope you enjoyed everything so far. Tell them the internet stuff.
Internet stuff. We exist on the internet. We have a winter home and a summer home. Winter home is Facebook, and that's Bowels of Netflix. And on Twitter at Bowels of Netflix, not with just at Bowels of Netflix. There's a cool logo up there, so you go look at the logo. It's a guy pooping on a movie thing. It's kind of like our podcast logo. You've probably already seen it. So that's not any news to you. I'm a moron. And if you want to contact us, a little more substantially than that social media stuff, you can send us a full email at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. It's bowels, not bowls. Don't fuck it up. You
Seriously,
can tell us
guys,
you love us.
Stop sending emails to bowls of Netflix. I registered that just to catch your emails, and it's filling up. The fuck?
So many stupid people out there. But yeah, we would love to hear what you have to say. If you have any thoughts on the show, any feedback for us, things like that are good. If you just want to talk about your experience watching one of the movies we've reviewed, we'd love to hear that. We'll probably send you a cheeky reply. If we like it enough, we might read your email on the air, and then you can become of a level of internet fame that we currently have, which is glorious.
We need a name for our fans, like...
I'm sorry, what was that?
We need a name for our fans, like Bowsers or something like that. Like, not that, because that's moronic, but something like Bowsers.
Bowser's is good, because then you can do the Bowser Mario theme.
Yeah,
that could be the icon.
I don't know. We need something like that. Maybe when we get to I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Send us ideas. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
You can tweet at us. Tweet us names for yourselves.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we do enough work. You guys do the work.
I would say I spent a good 10 hours overall watching and typing up notes for this goddamn thing, let alone recording and editing. Fuck you. Give us a name for yourselves.
How many times did you watch South Central?
Well, I only did it once. I know you like to do 2.
Okay, I've watched White Chicks 3 times.
Oh man,
I could shoot that movie shot for shot if you gave me the Wayans and a camera.
See, my method I discovered was using voice to text. and then I would just pause the movie when I wanted to say something quickly, describe it, and then go back in and clean that up. So that actually saved a little bit of time. But
I may have to try that because I'm ready to die by watching 3.
With all the pausing, it turned the 90-minute movie into still, even with voice to text, like a 3-hour experience. So it doesn't help all that much. But I still only have to see the fucking hot sauce toe sucking thing once.
Oh man, that's gonna haunt my next sexual encounter next year.
I can't let you forget. I'll send you stills from it every once in a while.
Oh fuck you! I'm gonna punch your. Bye everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you.